Hi everybody, this is On Air, my Beatles collection. Today I want to do a comparison of two, I'll call them pirate box sets. These are the Beatles collection that are CD pirate versions of the Beatles collection box that looked something like that. Only this is a CD version. And there's another one by a company called Empress, and I'll show you that box. Looks like this. Very attractive looking box. There's a OB strip here, which is kind of connected to the box, so I'm not gonna take it off. But anyway, this is a nice looking box set, and I was tempted to buy it because I thought it was pretty as compared to this one. So, you know, this one has really nice gold lettering, has some sheen to it, really nice quality box. So anyway, and this one I had already gotten several years ago. So these are all needle drops of the Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab box. So this is very limited. This is, it was never really in print officially. And the difference is that I want to talk about, besides the box, I mean, the box is not as high a quality. They tried to replicate the original LP box. Got this sticker on there as well. You know, they did a fairly nice job, but where they did a much better job is with the actual CDs. They got original master recording across the top on the front and the back. If you look at the actual discs, they come in this paper sleeve, and it's the original master recording. Very well done, and they sound great. So there are, let's count the discs in here. There are 1, 2 with the Beatles, 3 Hard Day's Night, 4 Beatles for Sale, 5 Help, 6 Rubber Soul, 7 Revolver, 8 Sgt. Pepper, not a gatefold, by the way, 9 Magical Mystery Tour, the UHQR version of Sgt. Pepper. This, of course, this LP in this format is worth hundreds, many hundreds of dollars. It's nice to have it on CD. I lost track now of how many I had. How many did I count up until that point? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's keep going. 11, let it be. 12, Abbey Road. 13, Yellow Submarine. That seems like it's out of sequence, but anyway. And then the White Album. 13, 14, 15. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All came in that box. And they're all really well done. They're all high quality. I showed you the labels. There's the White Album label, just as another example, in the paper sleeve. So then let's look at this Empress one. Okay, gonna open the box for you. Again, the box is great. First thing you see in there two cards. One has pictures of those albums. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then you have a card that shows you all of the things that are included. But the first thing I noticed before I did anything else is I'm reading this. CD 1 is Please Please Me and With the Beatles. CD 2 is A Hard Day's Night and Beatles for Sale. CD 3 is Help and Rubber Soul. CD 4 is Revolver, and it's also the Revolver Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab cassette. CD 5 is Sgt. Pepper, the regular version, and it's also the UHQR version. CD 6 is disc 1 of the White Album. CD 7 is disc 2 of the White Album. Disc 8 is Magical Mystery Tour and Yellow Submarine. CD 9 is Abbey Road, and CD 10 is Let It Be. And that's all there are, is 10, because there's so many that are squeezed together. And none of them have their covers. I have never opened this, but here are those CDs. No label. They're just in a plastic shrink wrap and in a box like this. So, needless to say, I was pretty disappointed because I thought the quality of the box was really nice, and I expected it to surpass this in terms of quality just because of the quality of the box. It doesn't say on the outside how many CDs there are. If it does, it doesn't say it in English, so it's hard to know unless you can read that. So I don't know how they sound. I assume they sound pretty much like the ones in the other box. They have the same source material. The only thing extra you get here is where it mentions the cassette version of Revolver. So under CD 4, you'll see Revolver, and then you'll see Revolver MFSL cassette version. So I'm not familiar off the top of my head with why the cassette version is any different. I assume the song sequencing is the same. Looks to be the same. So I don't know. I wish I could say more about that, but I don't. But nonetheless, so these are out there. You will see these on eBay or in collector circles. And I think it's usually about $125 or something like that when I've seen it. This one was a bit more, and it's much harder to find. But if you could find them and you compare the two, this one looks better. This one is better because each CD is individual. It comes in its own sleeve. Obviously, the print on the labels and such is on these. There's no print on these. It's just each CD is a different color. So, I don't know. I'm a little fussy about some of these things. I have yet to open this one, Hours of Darkness. This is, I believe, 14 CDs, all from the Get Back / Let It Be sessions. So I had high hopes on the box set. Again, it seemed pretty high quality. The packaging. Anyway, let's open the box and see what's in here. So this starts with, again, just a piece of paper. And it shows, let's see, there's several pieces of paper. Oh, no, okay, there's a fold-out piece of paper, which shows the contents of each disc. So I'll go through that quickly, just so you know. So disc 1 is, it says, the best part of breaking up, the Let It Be album, Despectored. And then there's, on disc 1, there's 13 songs. There are 13 tracks. And then there's tracks 14 through 21 of, it says singles. So this is a singles version of Get Back, Don't Let Me Down, Across the Universe, Let It Be, You Know My Name, Long and Winding Road, For You Blue, and then 10 seconds of silence in between. And then there's other Glenn John's mix of Across the Universe, and then there's a complete mix of I Me Mine, and then there's the 1970 album mix of Let It Be, and then there's another Lord Reith version of Let It Be. So that's disc 1. Disc 2 is basically disc 3, disc 4, disc 5. It's all various outtakes from the Let It Be / Get Back sessions. And it goes all the way up to disc 12 on here and up to disc 14 on the back of this sheet. And disc 14 does include the rooftop concert, and it also it includes what they call the unedited rooftop concert. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 versions of Get It Back. Includes the statement, Mal, you've nailed me to the wrong place. That's Ringo saying that. Don't Let Me Down is on here twice. I've Got a Feeling is on here twice. One After 909 is on here twice. Dig a Pony twice. God Save the Queen. That's it. 15 tracks there, plus the movie mix of the rooftop concert. So 14 CDs. You know, it seems like it's going to be a great box, and maybe it is. There's the back, and in this case, they did a much nicer job on the packaging inside. There's 2 of these. So disc 1 through 7 and disc 8 through 14. And let's take the CDs out of the sleeve. And in this case, they actually put a label of sorts on there. It's sort of an anonymous label. It does not reference what the contents are or even mention the Beatles. It's, as I like to say a lot of times, it's a lot easier to get things printed than it is to get CDs or albums made with when you don't have the copyright. This does say, not for sale, promotion only, Empress Valley Supreme Disc. So that's what you get. So they have these titles. You see it says the best part of breaking up under the LIB and music from Big Pink. They have these various themes for each of these CDs, the basement tapes. A lot of these sound like Bob Dylan stuff, but they're not. This one is called Loaded. I'm not going to go over all of them. But anyway, that's what an Empress box set looks like on the inside. So I will say buyer beware if you're interested in more than just the music. You know, the music is, it's great. There's a lot of outtakes. There's final mixes and experimental mixes and a bunch of alternate takes. The packaging is pretty nice, except for the CDs. And, the box, those 2 fit into the box nicely. You see a little red apple on each side. And then this kind of cheesy little sheet that goes there. And the cover goes on it. And that is Hours of Darkness. Also in the same price range, from what I recall, as for this guy. I think, $100 and a quarter, something like that. I have not seen a version of this in this format with, individual covers with, printed CDs and nice printed covers. So if you see one of those, let me know. But anyway, my main thought for today was to compare these two. This looks better. This is better. That's my opinion. This may be the only thing you're able to find, but buyer beware. You're getting, 10 CDs, not 15, and they're not, individually set up like, the original MFSL releases. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope you got some information you didn't have before, and hopefully that'll guide you in your collecting in the future. And I highly recommend the sound on both of these. If you like the MFSL sound, if you've ever heard it, if you have that big box with the latch door, those boxes on LP are, they're way up there in value now in price. Some people like the newer stuff better, whether it's the mono box or the black box. They definitely they sound good too. But the MFSL has its own idiosyncrasies. So on CD, it's nice to have. So anyway, that's my show for today. Please like with the thumbs up if you like this video, and please comment if I said anything wrong, or if you want to add anything to what I said, or correct me, or if you want to talk about something else that's in the room here that you'd like to see, or you want to ask if I have and can do a show on. I take all your recommendations and suggestions and try to get to them over time. I write them all down and I keep track of them. And so hopefully I'll live long enough to do all these shows. I won't live long enough to do a show on everything that I have in this Beatles room here because it's pretty vast. So I try to pick out things that I think are a little bit unusual or try to be informative. So I hope I'm doing that job well. And if I'm not, let me know. Anyway, that's it for today. Please subscribe if you're not a subscriber yet, and come back and see us. Thanks.